In 2007, a symposium was held to determine what is needed for people to stick with healthy habits long enough to achieve their desired results. What they discovered was that people will change their habits if the change is something that they can carry out without complicating their lives, if their newly adopted habits are enjoyed and not dreaded, and their new healthy lifestyle choices provide continual evidence that their plan is working. In this video, I'm going to share how adopting a low-carb way of eating helps you change your habits and overcome problems that you may have been derailed by in past dieting efforts. Let's start by talking about cravings. There are many anecdotal reports from low-carb dieters who discovered on their own that following a low-carb diet rescued them from nagging cravings for sugary and sweet foods, helping them to feel in control of their eating. But there is also scientific evidence that shows that reducing your carb intake reduces your cravings and hunger. In one study, overweight individuals were randomized to either a low-carb ketogenic diet or a low-fat diet to see how the dieters would rate their food cravings. The low-carb dieters reported significantly less hunger than the low-fat group. Another study had a small group of overweight and obese adults follow a low-carb diet for 4 weeks. After that amount of time, food cravings were significantly reduced for all participants, with women reporting significantly greater reductions in sweet cravings than men. And the reason for the reduction in cravings is partly due to the fact that low-carb diets stabilize your blood sugar, reducing the blood sugar crashes that drive hunger and cravings. This stabilization of blood sugar also keeps insulin levels low, which helps low-carb dieters overcome another common dieting problem, namely unsatisfactory weight loss. One of the factors needed for people to stick with their healthy habits is that they must see continual evidence that their plan is working. I think most of us would agree that there is nothing more motivating than results and nothing more discouraging than putting in a ton of effort with little or nothing to show for it. Studies have shown that you can lose weight on a low-carb or low-fat diet as long as your food choices are healthy. However, studies are starting to emerge that show subjects who follow a low-carb diet lose more weight than those on a low-fat diet. And not only are the results evident on the scale, they are also seen with improvements in health. When a research team analyzed the findings of 17 randomized controlled trials, they found that both low-carb and low-fat diets work for weight loss, but low-carb diets work better and reduce your risk of atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease events compared with low-fat diets. Another problem that you may have encountered on past diets that is reversed by low-carb dieting is low energy. Most traditional high-carb diets put their focus on reducing calories. Calories are energy and they do need to be reduced to lose weight. However, when your diet consists mainly of carbohydrates, you have a good sugar-burning metabolism. Because of this, your body has no choice but to run on the sugar or glucose that comes from the foods that you eat. When you reduce the amount that you are eating, your energy level drops until you are able to top off your tank again with more food. When you switch to a low-carb diet, you become more metabolically flexible, meaning that your body can more easily switch between running on glucose or fat. Now, in the first week of your new diet, the reduction in carbs will leave you feeling tired, but because you've increased your fat intake, your body adapts by creating the enzymes and pathways needed to use fat for fuel. You can get fat from foods and you can get fat from the fat stored on your body. Therefore, once your body has adapted, you have a steady supply of energy, even if you reduce your calorie intake. And I would say that the reduction in cravings, the noticeable weight loss results, and the increased energy that comes from low-carb dieting contributes to the success these diets have in overcoming the fourth common problem that dieters face, which is sustainability. On my second YouTube channel that I share with my husband, we did a video on the sustainability of a low-carb, high-fat diet. Here are some of the comments that viewers of the video had to share. I've been at low-carb, high-fat, and intermittent fasting for about 1.5 years. Not only is it sustainable for me, it is the only way of eating I've done that works long-term. It is the only time in my life that I feel like my body and mind is thriving and I have no desire to stop. Janice wrote, I feel much healthier when I eat a low-carb diet, and yes, it is sustainable because good quality fats such as olive oil, avocados, etc., plus a good selection of vegetables make food enjoyable. And Sharon added, I think it's very sustainable. With any get-together, there is still something we can eat, like a salad or meat or good veggies. And you'll notice some common threads in these comments. For instance, on a low-carb, high-fat diet, you have the flexibility to eat out with others because meat, fish, seafood, entrees are all acceptable choices. And while the same refined treats that mentally tempt us on traditional diets like the breadbasket and birthday cake don't go away when you switch to low-carb, because your blood sugar is steady and you feel more energetic, many people find these temptations much easier to deal with. As this person mentioned, for me, I have no choice but to stay on low carb. Before, I was overweight, diabetic, and struggling with other unsustainable diets. Why would I want to go back to that? Unlike traditional diets, the low-carb way of eating is easy to follow, enjoyable, and effective. If you have not tried a low-carb diet, I encourage you to give it a try and see for yourself the difference it can make. If you would like a guide, you can start with my free 0123 strategy. It comes with 4 videos that are not here on YouTube, and it's a great way to get the right carbs into your body so that you can jumpstart your diet. I'll leave links here on the video and below in the description so you can get the strategy. Please subscribe before you go, and thanks so much for watching.